Hey guys, lowman02. We're getting ready to play a match against Johnny Rouge. We'll be playing with AbzanMidrange again. Deck I've been tuning over the last week. Uses a test. What do I think he's likely to be on? Well, what have I seen him play? I've seen him play Gruul, beatdown, midrange, beatdown. Well, correction, both versions of Gruul, like a beatdown version and a midrange version. I've seen him play White Weenie, and I've seen him play Jeskai Control. So this hand is keepable. Yeah, we have removal. We have a recurring threat, or not a recurring threat, but a threat that can grow quite large. We like this hand a little bit better if we are on the play. Okay. Well, that seems quite good. We're going to play that out. Next turn, we're likely to play the Confidant on, I think, or we may just remove a creature. I don't know yet. We'll see. Fetching this to get us... Well, Savannah's already in hand. I was going to say Savannah. Maybe he's on an Abzan build. We shall see very shortly. Or he could be getting... I don't know. We'll see. I do not know. This may be a new deck to me. Okay. So he's Bant. He takes the damage. So he probably has a creature card to play, I would assume. What do we have here? Oh, Green Sun Zenith for 1. We'll likely kill this, I think, just to gain advantage for our slime. And then we have Doran to follow it up. So yeah, I'm liking this more and more. So let us do this. Cast with Evoke. And if he was really... I mean, he cast a card to get this card. You know, Green Sun Zenith is a powerful card. So obviously he needed the mana. So I think cutting him off of his mana is probably good here. Let's see what he plays out here. I'm wondering if it can tango with Doran. Don't know. We'll see. And then the following turn, we'll probably just cast down a Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, or Solemn Visitor, rather, and or play the Scavenging Ooze and the Dark Confidant. Okay, well, he's going to get back a land or the Noble Hierarch. Couldn't tell you. Okay, the land. Interesting. Okay. Well, Doran is large. If I could play 2 threats, I'd prefer to do that, just to play around removal. If he has, like, 1 mana removal, that's generally not good. I'll get the Scrubland here. White, black, green. And your go at it, unless you have a Daze, I suppose. Or Force of Will. Possible. Or just thinking, I don't know. Doran is quite large. This could be a Jace the Mind Sculptor. And if it is, we'll just play out 2 threats the following turn. We're going to see a Jace. No, a Solemn Simulacrum. Well, he still cannot block profitably against my Doran. He's working up in mana, though, and I'm kind of wondering, like, what is his end game here? Okey-doke. Well, we're definitely landed. I think we play on our threats here. And then we leave options open for the Savannah. We leave options open for the following turn. So he could, I guess, Wrath of God the board. It'll be generally not good. Okie doke. So we will attack here. You can block if he likes, or just take 5, which is a decent boat of damage. Doran is kind of Sorin is kind of a non-boat with Doran. And Thragtusk is a bit worse. We're kind of hoping he kills the Doran at some point. But also, him putting creature cards inside the graveyard does make our ooze quite a bit better. I think we still have to be leery about point removal. This feels like a Primeval Titan, like he's been ramping very hard. Okay, still ramping. Just getting a lot of land. Well, Obstinate Bailoff or Chase. Okay, Control Magic. Wonder why he didn't take the Doran. Well, we'll definitely attack in there. He can block our Doran out. Let's see what he does here. Probably just play out the Thragtusk. I wonder if he keeps the Bob. I don't know if that's right. He can't really block either of these creatures effectively. Given that would limit our ability to play other cards out. Okay, there and there. Okay. Well, here I think what I like is just playing the Sorin, a Lord of Innistrad out. And leaving open a green mana. We're just going to make a 2-2. Okay. Your go at it. Leave the green mana open just in case he has like a recursion type spell. Okay, Phyrexian Metamorph. I guess I can copy what? Doran? Yeah, I could copy Doran. But at this point, the Ooze can actually outgrow the Doran, I believe. One. Yeah, well, not within the same turn, but yeah. We can also gain a significant amount of life. It's an interesting mid-range deck he's playing. A lot of ramp. I wonder what to, though. He's obviously looking to get after more cards, so I mean, maybe he has like a big ramp, or had a big ramp, dead-end draw. That card's actually okay with me. Removal would still be very good to draw here. He can Phyrexian Metamorph whatever he'd like. Possibly the Doran. Okay. Doesn't have an attack here. See how he ends up blocking here. Obviously, the pluses 1 to their power is kind of irrelevant right here. With Doran, we'll leave back our token. I know I could get in with that thing. Maybe I should have. I mean, he has to block here. Like, there is really no other way around it. And I don't feel like he could have bounce. It's definitely viable, like a Venser. Okay. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Alright. Your go at it. Okay, he's got a Kiora, Master of Depths, but his life is getting very dubious at this point. Make another 2-2, or correction, 2-2 flyer. This next turn was Soren, I believe. I don't think we really need the life. Yeah, pretty ridiculously high. He could Wasteland the Caracas here, which obviously gives us a lot less blocks with the Doran. Okay. We'll take 1 to our Soren. And we'll get a 3/3 back. Probably going to clone the Scavenging Ooze. He can do it. Oh no, this thing. Okay, well, stop some damage. I think this is. Can draw or untap up to 1 creature in 1 target land. Okay. I would assume he'd clone our Scavenging Ooze this turn. So he could gain life. Because the Bob is getting quite dubious. Okay. That's a Thragtusk. Cool. So he gains some life. I'm okay with that. Interesting plays. Can we just win here? Start exiling his graveyard. Well, he has to block the Doran or the Ooze here. He cannot block the Beast. And it's probably going to be the Ooze. It is bigger, but he still takes 8 damage. It's quite significant. Okay, well, he's at 5 life. He can attack in with the Beast if he likes, because he can untap it with the Kiora, but I don't know what favors that does him here. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So he has to play 2 creatures out. He has to block 2 creatures or kill 2 of our creatures. He has a blocker for 1. Yep, you get the Soren, a Lord of Innistrad. He is dead. Quite so. Okay, we're going to see a Phyrexian Metamorph, I would assume. Copying the Scavenging Ooze is my best guess. He can pump it a few times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could pump it for the full amount if he metamorphs it. That's still not quite big enough. He'll untap the Beast. Okay, so metamorph, copying. I would assume the Ooze. No, Doran. Well, that's actually a mistake at this point, because I do have the Caracas. He had to copy the Ooze here. Okay, well, you can untap both of those. I am fine with that. In response to your Wasteland trigger, I will bounce your Doran, which means he may have removal for our Doran. Okay, that's going bye-bye. Yeah, he had to copy Ooze there. Yeah, okay. Yep. And we'll go on a quick pause, guys. Well, actually, we'll go through our boarding plan. So mid-range on mid-range. I like my removal. I do like a death mark. So you have counters. We haven't seen any. None of these swords seem great. I think that's about it, to be honest. Just got to play solid. What don't I like? The Rex Age, or the Aven Mindcensor still seems fine. Selfless Spirit may be unnecessary. It is a flyer, though, which is kind of nice. He didn't seem to have a lot of them. Oh, Gaddock Teague's probably anemic here. Well, although he does get Planeswalkers. I think we cut the Gaddock, though. He doesn't have Wraths. Not really like a heavily spell-based deck. I think he ramps to get to like Primeval Titans and stuff like that, or like Frost Titans. I don't know. Just like our Consecrated Sphinxes, just like huge creatures. Choke is actually interesting here. It's probably worth consideration. What would I cut for it? All right. Well, I guess I'm not cutting anything for it. We'll play another game, and I think it was interesting there because he's obviously playing Plains. Okay, this hand's a keep. It's actually pretty decent. We have removal. We have two decent threats. Likely to play the Fleecemane Lion out first, as I'd rather have that removed, I think, than something that can probably be a little... Well, I don't know. They're both strong late-game cards, too. They're like one of those interesting cards that can be aggro and or like decent mid-range late-game threats when I have a lot more land. What do we play on here? Probably the Godless Shrine. Plains may be right. So we can cast any of our spells on the following turn with the Bayou. Yeah, and that's actually probably going to be what we do now. There's not much we'd want to path here. I think path we want to use a little later in the game. I think mana advantage is important in this matchup. Okay, well, that thing. Cool. Does he have another land drop, though? Okay, a Terramorphic Expanse. Okie doke. I think I am going to remove this, actually, of all things. And then the following turn we can play on a threat and path to exile something. Just to slow him down. Yeah, I kind of like that. We'll see. The next turn, probably Fleecemane, and then leave up path to exile. If he misses on land this turn, we'll path to exile him, I think. All right, we're going to see here. A Green Sun Zenith, I think, again. That's what it's feeling like. Oh, a Lotus Cobra. Okay, well, he has mana. Going to take the damage and play on a secondary threat. Cool. The Lotus Cobra is going to have to go. So I have 2 more mana. What's the worst for us? Like a Sylvan Caryatid or something like that would be kind of bad. Okay, a regrowth on his land. So he is short on lands. Interesting. Okay. Actually, let's just do this now. We're going to leave open the Aven Mindcensor. He got that land for a reason. Okay. Mana. So our gambit is this. We're hoping to see him pop the Terramorphic Expanse, and then what we're going to do in response, and he may have counter magic for this, is cast this thing out. Do you have counter magic, good sir? Okay. See what he gets. See what he gets. If we can get him on lands here, that's pretty strong. If he misses the secondary time. There's a chance he does. I don't know how many basics he runs. Okay, so that was a strong turn. That's why we played that out. We kind of played like a Death and Taxes move on him. Eschewing damage, obviously. There's another land. Cool. but I think we kind of got him pretty good there. So, what do I like here? I think it's just time to turn it up. And not many cards do that better than Siege Rhinos. And, yeah, I'm playing a Siege Rhino. Yeah. And get in there, Mind Sensor. He probably thought our play was really weird and how we like put the untap. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. There's another basic. All right, so he's got something here. Cool. We used up a lot of removal, so he could just like drop something massive. Oh, bribery. I don't have good targets. I have like a Thrag Tusk. It's my best card. Oh, he misses. I don't have good targets anyways. Oh, and that's right. He's searching my library, so search a library is what it is. So there are no creatures, I guess, in the top of my deck. Interesting. Okay, so here, I think we just, oh, we're actually off of mana here. It's interesting. So I think what we do is this. I'm sadly enough, I did not notice that. So we'll play this thing out and just keep the beatings up. There's an argument to playing out the Elf to get more mana the following turn. There's 6 damage. Can leave up the Celestial Colonnade if he has another land drop this turn. And Abrupt Decay will not work on that. If he has a small threat, we can use the Abrupt Decay on it and probably have the way open like that. Have the way open for our attackers, so more land. Interesting. Again, he may have sided the bribery in. This is more of a beatdown mid-range deck, and its curve is very low. It only has 2 5-drops. So we have an Oblivion Ring. What does he get? That. Interesting. Okay. Well, it seems quite good. Would like to have more land, though. Yeah. Or not more land, more a green land. We'll Abrupt Decay this thing. Okay. The Siege Rhino comes back and does his thing. We'll get in for our 2. Then we have removal for another threat next turn. To leave the pathway open for Siege Rhino, he could fire up the Celestial Colonnade, which I could not actually really prevent. Interesting. I'm going to go delete some videos real fast, guys. I'm sorry about this. So, yeah, let's just get rid of these. They're already up on YouTube. Yep. Okie doke. Man, we got him, it looks like. Cool. Good games, and I hope you guys enjoyed the match. We'll go back to the play lobby and see if he wants another one. I'm going to go on a pause right now. Alright, guys, we're back off pause. We're going to play Sultai or Bug. Mid-range control. This is more of a control slot, or on the sliding scale of mid-range, it's more of a control deck than the last one we were playing. Yeah, and as you can see, it's more controlling. He has the play. Cool. Well, this hand is not phenomenal, but we're going to keep it. Destroy each artifact creature. Okay, so obviously that does get the Dryad Arbor. It's not non-land permanents, it's creature type. Okay, so he's on the 6, he's on the play. Yeah, go ahead, man. I don't have any interactions I can make this early in the game. Probably play out the fetch land first turn. And hopefully he extends into a Pernicious Deed. We'll see, though. Well, that's a strong card. Still not going to play the Dryad Arbor on. I think that'll be one of the last land cards I play out. Or if my Jace happens to survive the onslaught of his Bant deck, then, okay, a Noble Hierarch. I kind of wish the Dryad Arbor was still in my... No, I guess I can't block that. Never mind. If he randomly does attack with it. We don't really want to draw land here, so we're going to sack this thing. And find... Probably a breeding pool, I think. Yeah. I don't know how relevant that is. We'll see. I don't think it's that relevant, to be honest. What's interesting? I think we let him extend into this. I think. That could be very wrong. I could be mistaken. I don't believe he's playing counterspells, which leads me to believe. I wonder why he's playing the blue. Maybe for walkers, just walkers in general, or opposition. Maybe it could be an opposition deck. Didn't really see enough creatures last time though to warrant it being an opposition deck. Yeah, I'm definitely curious. So next turn, we'll see what he does here. Okay, well, perfect Bant mana. Well, 4 of it, which is rough. That's why the 1-drops are good. Yeah, I will definitely use that. That's nice, actually. What do we want here? Probably blue, my guess would be. Blue or green? Yeah, we're gonna get blue. I think blue's more relevant here. Okay, get in there. Interesting. So we'll play this out, I believe. And here we are going to Thoughtseize him. See what he's got that's relevant in his hand. Oh, Venser. Well, not anymore. Now he just has a bunch of land. Although, I mean, if he had a creature, we probably would have gotten that. Possibly not. It depends. I mean, Pernicious Deed's a heck of a card. We do have a negate available to us, so he looks like he's a Planeswalker Bant deck. See Venser, and Venser is like, he's a fine card, so don't get me wrong when I say this, but he's one of the less optimal Planeswalkers, so if you're not running like a more all-in Planeswalker deck, you tend not to see him as much. Powerful card, though. Not saying anything bad against the card itself, but it just tends to lead me to believe that it's probably a more all-in style deck. Okay, I'm going to leave up Negate. And then we'll make consideration for the casting of the Tombstalker, which is a significantly sized threat. Kind of hoping to see him tap out for a Planeswalker, though. That way we can just get him with our Negate, and then fuel the Delve for our Tombstalker. Do you have a play, good sir? No, evidently not. We shall get the Underground Sea. Well, we're going to eschew the Negate. None of these cards are great for recursion. Could just get like randomly like counterspelled here. Okay, well, we have a 5/5 in play now. May have removal again. I think he would have played a Planeswalker if he had one. The cool thing about having an 8-drop in play, okay, well, that's more land, is that we can Pernicious Deed over the top of it quite well. We may see a Walker here. If we do, I think that's okay. Okay, well, that's a decent threat. Couldn't done much about it. Do you have another one? I would very much so enjoy being able to Pernicious Deed all of his cards away. No? Okay. Cool. That's actually a very good draw. Like seeing it. Okay, well, we are going to cast this out. Draw into a Mana Leak. Yep. Play on another land. And he doesn't really have attacks here with his Sphinx. He could do that, but then it sets up the Volrus Stronghold, which is essentially like drawing. It's not mana efficient, but it's essentially like drawing a card every turn. And or I could just Wrath away his board with the Pernicious Deed. And I got it. Mana Leak is not the best at this point. Neither is Daze, but they're okay. I mean, I guess if he taps out for like a Primeval type, well, even Daze wouldn't even get him then. All right, so we have a Reclamation, a Sage. Cool. I guess I'm going to get hit for some damage. Fine by me. I am going to top that. Okay, I'm going to get hit for 4 here. Cool. Old Voraz Stronghold. I don't get to play this card in a lot of decks, and I think it has dated a bit because it's a little slow, but it is a strong card. And you know what, for now, we're just going to play this out. Yeah, we'll hang back. I kind of want him to contribute a little more to the board, like a planeswalker. And then I will essentially wrath him, for lack of a better term. Okay. Well, this looks like something that we are probably going to mana leak. Yeah, that'll definitely suck up a mana leak. Okay, there you go. That is not resolving. And would you care to attack, good sir? Okay, no, he would not. Well, I considered attacking with the Strix. I think we leave it back. And there is the deed. And I probably should have. Yeah, 3. I just don't like giving him the mana. Okay. All your stuff dies. You can do 2 damage to me. I'm fine with that. I'm going to do it now, just I want to cut him off 1 more mana. Alright, well that's a tapped land. Do you have another threat? Okay. Oh, a Scavenging Ooze. Well, that card will be very good, I think. I don't think he has a way of burning me out. I think I still need to leave up Negate. I think just going to Daze Mana is a little too risky. He doesn't have attacks this next turn. Okay. Do we have a critter? Or is this a Planeswalker? I'm kind of hoping it's a Planeswalker. That's a Solemn Simulacrum, which blocks very well. Okay. You know, more land. So he's still alive. If he attacks, do I block? Of course. I'll block with my Strix, actually, because I don't mind recurring that card. Although, now with something to do with our mana, with most notably the Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Well, we haven't drawn phenomenally this game. We have all but one of our basic lands. We've drawn well enough. I mean, I think we're winning, but we'll get rid of the prime time just in case he has a decent-sized threat. I don't think he can kill next turn, so let's put him to 1. That way, fetch lands are offline, and any threat can kill him. Any of our threats on board can kill him, I guess is a more apt way of putting it. Even if he plays a flyer. Okay. You're going to have all the land in the world. So Daze is dead. That's very, very dead. It's as dead as it gets. Okay. Now, I'm hoping you don't draw like a massive flyer. That would be the worst for us. Okay, well, a wasteland. Yeah, okay. Is this a Planeswalker? Hoping so. It's big, whatever it is. Oh, Woodfall, a Primus. Okay, cool. Maybe this doesn't do anything here. Doesn't do enough here. It's a good card. Okay, he's blowing up his own land, I guess. Okay. Okay. Alright, guys, let's go to boards. And what do I think in this one? Flash Freeze seems good. Deathmark seems good. Well, Perish and Virtue's Ruin are actually interesting. I have them in this board for like heavily green decks. I think we leave those out for this. He's not like mono green. I could be wrong though. What don't I like? Maybe better than Toxic Deluge, actually. I don't know. What don't I like? Here. I like most of these cards, actually. Sultai Charm's a little slow. It is very flexible, though. I think I want Damnation, too. This is a cool deck. We'll got the Edict. I think the Bitter Blossom will be fine. Okay, let's submit this. This deck may be able to get away with running a sword. It's more of a control, like I said, control deck. And the swords are better in like the more beatdown style decks. It looks like I got 23 creatures. Yeah, it's probably wrong. Never mind. I was just thinking. I just noticed that they were not there, and then I looked at my creature count. I was like, well, that probably made sense. I don't know on this, guys. This seems shady. Alright, well, this is better. Put that on top. Okay, go ahead. I do... Okay, well, that's good to see. We got options turn 2. We'll see what he does. I mean, what I mean by options is, I mean, we could just draw it on tap land and do it all, have counterspell and just duress up, which would likely get one of his planeswalkers. I do not have removal, most notably with his hand, which is a little worse. What will we see here? A 2-drop, a Sylvan Caryatid, or a threat, like a Tarmogoyf. It's a Green Sun Zenith. Cool. Okay, well, he's got mana for days. Well, that still comes into play tapped, so we'll play this out. I think we're going to leave up counter magic here. Yeah. Or we can let him attack. I'm fine with that, too. And next turn, we'll duress, I think. I think that's the play. So we have an instant sorcery. They're going to get to the graveyard. Make Tarmogoyf a 3/4. If we can counter off a creature this turn, or Planeswalker, we can grow our Goyf a little more. Obviously, Scavenging Ooze is a bit of a non-bow with Goyf, but... you know, sometimes that happens. We're going to attack or play a spell here. Okay, well, I don't have Stifle. Fresh out of Stifles. So, this being the case, I think we'll just play out the Ooze next turn, but we'll see. He's got one more to get. Yep, okie doke. Cool. Well, we are definitely fixed on lands. I think what we do here is this. We could play this out untapped. And then, yeah, I'm going to play out a threat this turn. I'm going to play out the Goyf, I think. And then leave up counter magic. And your go at it, man. I guess he could fire up the Celestial Colonnade this next turn and punish us for this. Yep, go ahead. I mean, he knows we have it at this point, so he may do that if he has more land. But we shall see. Okay, well, he's got some land. He could hit us for 5. Then again, he doesn't really play around like bounce or removal that way. It doesn't look like that's what he's doing. Okey-doke. Alright, Crystal Ashard. We'll bounce or counter that. It's an artifact. It's going to make Goyf pretty large. There's a follow-on threat to play, it appears, or removal, possibly. Okay. Okay, an Eternal Witness. Probably getting back the Crystal Shard, my guess would be. Yeah. We'll make him discard that next turn. Wish it was instant speed, though. That way I could grow Goyf. Well, this will make the Goyf significantly larger. Oh, opposition Crystal Shard. Well, opposition has got to go. That's a no-go. He doesn't really have any Crystal Shard here on us. Could block with his Witness. Right now his Witness can attack in, and or the Celestial Colonnade could. So he goes down to 14. Next turn we have pretty decent attacks, though, with the Lumbering Foals. Our top deck's alive, obviously. But he has a bunch of lands and a Crystal Shard in hand. To find a way to remove, we'll grow Goyf some more. He does have an attack with the Eternal Witness. I will likely take it. He could just fire up the Colonnade and serve in with both. That's the case. I may actually block with Ooze there, one to grow my Goyf, and also attack him with the Lumbering Falls for a pretty whopping 8 next turn. Or this could just be Shard again, which allows him to recurse his Eternal Witness, but it's very slow, albeit. We have a creature, it appears, or Planeswalker. Neither's great. Alright, so we have a Natural Order. That was a pretty phenomenal top deck. And what is happening here? Probably like a Woodfall Primus or something. Yeah, that's not good. I think we're probably going to get had here. That was a very phenomenal top deck that probably saved him in this game, I think. Because he was on, what, 2 lands and a Crystal Shard? Seems good. Seems pretty good. We'll see, though. Probably a Woodfall Primus. Yeah, okay. Probably hitting my Lumbering Falls. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was very lucky. Unfortunate for us. And I guess you can just Crystal Shard this thing back and forth from hand. Yep, okay. I think we leave an opening for him. Well, if you play it, you can draw it. It's always true. He'll probably Crystal Shard one of our threats, and or he could start recursing. He can't quite recurse the Woodfall Primus yet. A lot depends on what he does this following turn. Okay, a Courser, finding a land. Seems pretty good. Oblivion Ring, seems good. You know, actually looking at it, like, I don't think Natural Order, we'll have to look at it more. Maybe we do want the Perish, but like, Natural Order seems kind of odd to me in this deck. This deck runs a lot of non-creatures. And we still are not out of it by any means. I think we were highly favored before he top-decked the Natural Order. I think we were actually headed on the ropes, of all things. You could start doing like a Witness Recursion, but that's just so slow that like I think we'd beat him to death with our threats. All right, what are you going to bounce is kind of the question. Probably one of our things. Probably the Scavenging Ooze. Oh, the Tarmogoyf. No, I won't. I will take it back, and you can attack in if you'd like. Interesting. I think we do block here. I think we're kind of hedged into it. We got to get rid of it somehow, so I'm hoping to draw removal off the top ropes. He can blow up my black land. I still have the birds. So... and this allows Goyf, if we manage to get... see, there's already an enchantment. If we get that artifact, that would be good, like Abrupt Decay. Okay, miscalculation. Well, I think we cycle that. Hoping for what? I mean, land's fine here. Okay. I do not really want any more, though. I think we get the Bayou here. And do you have counter magic, good sir? Okay. Well, my guess would be we're probably going to see the Oblivion Ring get cast on our Goyf, which is, it is what it is. Okay, Evolving Wilds. Yeah, Natural Order's a heck of a card. It is a heck of a card. It definitely got us very well here. I'm trying to think of what we get. Alright, well, that gets us. That gets our Tarmogoyf. And we knew it, but I mean, what are we going to do? We've got to play it out, I think. Especially when he has a 5-5 in play. Well, 6-6 on the attack. Okay, well, that's going to get him for 6. I have to accept that. Okay. He can return it to hand with the Crystal Shard, I suppose. I'm going to call that because here he's going to Crystal Shard that thing, and he has enough mana to recast it. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will the following turn. It's not worth playing this out. Natural Order got us. And, yeah, it happens. We'll just counter it next time. I almost like this. How many mana doors does he run? I don't know. No, you know, we have Toxic Deluge. We have Damnation. I think we can play Scared. Although, well, Dark Confidant may be a little too zealous. Yeah, let's play this. He's not a control deck. We're not going to play Dark Confidant. We'll resubmit. I think we got a little unfortunate there. And or he got a little bit lucky. Okay, so we'll keep this. It does not have a lot of threats, but what it lacks in threats, it definitely makes up for in time. And I do like the ability to turn 1 Thoughtseize. I think that's strong. Hopefully we don't guess wrong and get Wastelanded here, which is definitely in his deck. Bayou. What do you have in hand? He has a Regrowth, an Opposition, and Avacyn's Pilgrim. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's put him off of mana. He has 1 land card. And we are probably going to play our island out. Alright, drew a land. Good for him. May try to regrowth one of these lands. In that case, I will likely spell Pierce it. Okay. Okie doke. Well, you're on 2 mana at this point. Wonder what he tries to regrowth. I assume he casts the regrowth here. I think he probably has to get back either one of the lands or the Avacyn's Pilgrim. The land is probably right, I think. Yeah, the land is it. No thank you. Interesting. Alright, well, he draws more land. Is he going to play out his Mimic of that? Okay. Well, you're definitely not right on time. I'm going to wait on the Eternal Witness. I don't like just running it out there. Although, the colors he's on, things are going to have to die in combat, I think. Okay, no thank you. Alright, well, let's get this. We've got a lot of counter magic up. Matter of fact, next turn we may just attack with the 3/3 as well to start lifing him. Hope he misses on land here. I mean, I don't ever hope a player gets mana screwed, but the way we've played this out, we definitely don't want him to hit on land, and his keep was greedy. Like, his keep was very greedy. It was banking on the mana critter to stay alive here. So now the game plan for him probably becomes throwing stuff in front of the flash freeze, which if I can use either the negate or the daze, I will use before the flash freeze. Okay, well, you can wasteland, not one of my islands. Okay. Okay. Do you have something to cast in a main 2? I would assume he does. I don't think he would play that out and use it unless he intended on casting something. So Phyrexian Metamorph coming down. And what we're going to do here is this. We'll tap this. Return it to hand. Well, we are definitely off black mana, which is problematic. But that is very strong. So don't have a fear of wasteland anymore, obviously. It's been utilized. Tech Edge could be good here. Kind of open for land off top, so we can activate the Lumbering Falls and still leave up our counter magic. It's definitely a very grindy game so far. Okay. Okay, a Snapcaster. Interesting. Well, I think the play here is just to attack. Create a beast here. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually okay with that. It's okay. It's not going under the vat. If it was going under the vat, that would be a scary card to see. Noble Hierarch. Okay. Fine with that. Make it another 3/3. It's fine. The cool thing about these is, I mean, even if he gets rid of them, they're not going under the vat. He could put a Noble Hierarch under the vat, but that doesn't really strike me as good. And we have quite a few spells we can cast here. I mean, we have Negate, Flash Freeze, and then Snapcaster. There are some things that does not get. Most of them are not creatures, and probably not in his deck. I guess he could play a, that card. No thank you. No thank you at all. Put that in the bin. Okay. Alright, well, let's see how he gets around this. I'm not even going to play the Bitter Blossom out. I want full availability of my mana. just in case I want to snap Spell Pierce plus play the negate. I think it's most likely that I will likely use the Flash Freeze, but we'll see. If he taps out, which it looks like he's pretty close to doing, yeah, is it Thragtusk? If you want a Thragtusk, and we got that. Oh, nothing. Okay, well, good games, man. Let's go wish our opponent good games, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to go on a pause and see if he wants to